This show is part of OnePlace, a daily network of focused briefings across the stories people follow most.
Welcome to today's Sports Roundup. We have a packed schedule covering everything from international soccer milestones to high-stakes playoff races and incredible individual performances across the major leagues. Let's get into it.
Argentina brings World Cup stars to Auburn's historic stadium.
Mike Trout and Aaron Judge trade massive home runs.
College basketball's transfer portal sees major talent moving fast.
Suns and Warriors battle for a final playoff spot.
Aaron Boone gets ejected after a controversial balk call.
Connor McDavid secures another NHL scoring title in style.
The Ducks clinch a playoff seed against the Predators.
A Guardians rookie loses a no-hitter in the ninth.
First, international soccer in Alabama. Soccer fans in the United States are getting a massive treat this summer as the defending World Cup champions, Argentina, are set to face Iceland in a friendly match. What makes this particularly special is the venue. They will be playing at Jordan-Hare Stadium in Auburn, Alabama on June 9th. This is a historic moment because it marks the first time an international soccer team will ever play at this renowned collegiate football stadium. It is part of FIFA's Road to 26 series, which is designed to build excitement and preparation ahead of the 2026 World Cup hosted by the US, Canada, and Mexico. For Argentina, this is their final tune-up match before the tournament begins, so expect them to bring their top-tier intensity to the pitch in front of a massive crowd.
The atmosphere is expected to be electric, with the stadium capable of holding around 90,000 fans. It is a unique crossover of cultures, bringing the world's most popular sport to the heart of SEC football country. Tickets are already available on platforms like StubHub, with prices starting around $120 for general admission, while lower-level seats are hovering around $135. The match is scheduled for a primetime kickoff at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time on a Tuesday night. This gives fans a rare chance to see global legends in a setting usually reserved for the Iron Bowl. It is a strategic move by FIFA to utilize these massive American venues, and seeing the blue and white stripes of Argentina in Auburn will certainly be a sight to remember for any sports enthusiast in the region.
Next, a baseball power struggle. In the Bronx this week, baseball fans witnessed a truly legendary display of power hitting between two of the game's greatest players, Mike Trout and Aaron Judge. During a 4-game series between the Yankees and the Angels, these two 3-time MVPs went toe-to-toe in what felt like a personal home run derby. Mike Trout ultimately came out on top in their individual tally, hitting 5 home runs compared to Judge's 4 over the course of the series. Trout was absolutely relentless, homering in every single game of the set, including a 2-homer performance in the opener. His final blow came on Thursday afternoon against reliever Angel Chivilli, making Trout the first visiting player in history to hit a home run on 4 consecutive days at the current Yankee Stadium. It was a vintage performance from a legend.
Even the Yankees players couldn't help but acknowledge the greatness they were seeing. Giancarlo Stanton described the display as unreal, noting that while you never want to see an opponent dominate like that, you have to respect the talent on display. Trout finished the series going 6-4-1-6 with 9 RBIs, proving that when he is healthy, he remains one of the most dangerous hitters in the history of the sport. Aaron Judge was no slouch either, homering in the first inning of the finale to keep the pressure on. Yankees manager Aaron Boone noted that Trout was simply not chasing pitches and was deadly in specific parts of the zone. Despite the Yankees' frustration with the loss, the series served as a fantastic reminder of why these two athletes are considered the gold standard for modern Major League Baseball power.
Now to the transfer portal. The men's college basketball landscape is shifting daily as the transfer portal continues to move at a breakneck pace. We are seeing major names find new homes almost every hour. Recently, Najee Hines, the powerful big man from Seton Hall, committed to the UConn Huskies. This is a huge get for the defending champs, as Hines showed incredible rebounding and rim protection as a freshman. Meanwhile, Penn State guard Caden Mingo has decided to take his talents to Baylor. The sheer volume of movement is staggering, and it has essentially turned every player into a free agent at the end of the season. Reports suggest that the financial stakes are rising too, with name, image, and likeness valuations for top transfers reportedly jumping 65% compared to last year. It is a whole new world for coaches trying to build a roster.
Louisville currently seems to be winning the portal race, securing a haul that includes Flory Badinga and Jackson Shelstad. However, as we saw last year with Michigan, landing the best transfers doesn't always guarantee a deep tournament run, though it certainly helps build the foundation. The deadline to enter the portal is April 21st, but players can commit well after that date. Teams are now forced to decide whether they hunt for talent that fits their existing system or if they should completely overhaul their strategy to accommodate the stars they can land. With players like Robert Wright III choosing to stay at BYU over offers from blue bloods like Kentucky, it is clear that the traditional power dynamics are being challenged. Every program is looking for that one missing piece that can turn them into a national title contender overnight.
Moving to NBA play-in action. The NBA play-in tournament is reaching its climax this Friday night as the Phoenix Suns host the Golden State Warriors in a high-stakes win-or-go-home matchup. The Warriors are coming in with a lot of momentum after a thrilling victory over the Los Angeles Clippers. Stephen Curry was the hero once again, scoring 35 points despite being on a minute's restriction. He hit a clutch three-pointer with less than a minute left to seal the deal, even joking with fans in the front row about whether the shot went in. Golden State also saw significant contributions from Kristaps Porzingis and Guy Santos, who both stepped up with 20 points each. This team looks dangerous and experienced, which is exactly what you want when your season is on the line in a single elimination game, in a hostile environment.
On the other side, the Phoenix Suns are feeling the pressure after a disappointing collapse in their first play-in game. They held an 11-point lead late in the fourth quarter, but couldn't close the door, eventually losing 114 to 110. Devin Booker struggled with foul trouble, which limited his impact during the most critical minutes of the game. For the Suns to win, they need to leverage their defensive perimeter strength, as they have been solid at defending the three ball this season. Interestingly, this is the first time these two franchises have met in a post-regular season setting since 1994. Under the new media rights deal, this game will be streamed exclusively on Prime Video, marking a significant shift in how fans consume these major tournament moments. It is all on the line at the Mortgage Matchup Center tonight.
Next, an ejection in New York. Yankees manager Aaron Boone is back in the headlines after picking up his first ejection of the season during Thursday's loss to the Angels. Even with the introduction of the automated ball strike system, Boone found plenty to argue about, specifically a controversial balk call in the eighth inning. The balk was called on lefty Ryan Yarbrough by first base umpire Ryan Addeton during a pickoff attempt. Boone was visibly frustrated not just by the call itself, but by what he described as a lack of clarity from the officiating crew. He claimed he was being calm and just wanted an explanation, but he felt the umpires were being overly sensitive. Boone has led the American League in ejections for 5 straight years, so this is familiar territory for him, but he insists he was just looking for a fair dialogue.
While the ejection grabbed the headlines, there was also some significant news regarding the Yankees' pitching staff. Garrett Cole is set to begin a rehab assignment with AA Somerset. The plan is to have him on a strict pitch count, likely in the mid-40s for his first start, as they slowly build him back up to full strength. Boone mentioned that they intend to be very conservative with Cole's return, aiming for a potential comeback to the Bronx in about a month. This is a crucial development for a Yankees team that needs their ace back to stabilize the rotation. The team is balancing the immediate frustration of losses and ejections with the long-term goal of getting their best players healthy for a deep run. For now, Boone will have to keep his cool while the team navigates this middle stretch.
Now to the NHL finale. Connor McDavid has once again proven why he is the most dominant force in hockey today. In the Edmonton Oilers' regular season finale against the Vancouver Canucks, McDavid tallied 4 assists to secure his 6th Art Ross trophy as the NHL's leading scorer. He finished the season with a staggering 138 points. This achievement puts him in elite company, tying him with legends Mario Lemieux and Gordie Howe for the second most scoring titles in history, trailing only Wayne Gretzky. The Oilers won the game 6-1, which allowed them to finish second in the Pacific Division. This victory is huge because it guarantees them home ice advantage for the first round of the playoffs. McDavid also continued his climb up the all-time points list, passing several Hall of Famers to move into 47th place career-wise, a remarkable feat for a player still in his prime.
The Oilers are heading into the postseason with a lot of confidence, having gone 7-2-2 in their final 11 games. They received a boost with the return of Zach Hyman and there is optimism that star forward Leon Draisaitl will be back in the lineup during the opening series against Anaheim. In the finale, rookie Matthew Savoie also made waves by recording his first career hat trick, showing that the Oilers have depth beyond just their superstars. On the other side of the ice, the Vancouver Canucks finished a difficult season at the bottom of the league, a sharp contrast to the high-flying Oilers. Edmonton will host Game 1 on Monday night, and with McDavid playing at this level, they have to be considered one of the favorites to make a deep run toward the Stanley Cup this year.
Shift to the Pacific seed. The Anaheim Ducks managed to clinch the third seed in the Pacific Division after a hard-fought 5-4 victory over the Nashville Predators. Troy Terry was the hero of the night, scoring a power play goal with just under 3 minutes left in regulation to break the tie. This win was critical because there were 5 different playoff scenarios possible heading into the final night of the regular season. By securing this victory, and combined with Edmonton's win over Vancouver, the Ducks have locked in their first-round matchup against the Oilers starting Monday. It wasn't an easy road, as the Ducks have struggled recently, going 2-6-2 over their last 10 games. However, clinching that third seed gives them a clear path and a chance to reset their momentum as the real season begins in the playoffs.
The game against Nashville was a back-and-forth affair, with several players reaching personal milestones. Nashville's Steven Stamkos scored twice, bringing his season total to 42 goals, while Philip Forsberg also hit the 40-goal mark. Despite the loss, the Predators showed they have plenty of firepower. Meanwhile, in other NHL action, the St. Louis Blues finished their season with a win over Utah, led by a Robert Thomas hat trick. We also saw a historic performance from San Jose's Macklin Celebrini, who broke Joe Thornton's franchise record for points in a season with 115. Even though the Sharks missed the playoffs, Celebrini's 19-year-old season is a bright spot for the future. As the dust settles on the regular season, the stage is now set for a grueling and exciting playoff run across both conferences.
Finally, a near no-hitter. Cleveland Guardians rookie Parker Messick came agonizingly close to baseball immortality on Thursday. Making just his 11th career start, the young left-hander carried a no-hitter into the 9th inning against the Baltimore Orioles. He was absolutely dominant through 8 frames, matching a career high with 9 strikeouts and allowing only 2 walks. However, the bid for history was spoiled on the very first batter of the 9th inning, when Leody Taveras lined a single into right field. Messick was pulled shortly after allowing another hit, and unfortunately, the bullpen couldn't keep the shutout intact, as he was eventually charged with 2 earned runs. It was a heartbreaking end to what would have been the first no-hitter for the Cleveland organization since Len Barker's perfect game back in 1981, which remains the longest active drought in the major leagues.
Despite the late hit, Messick's performance was a statement. He has been incredible to start this season, carrying a 0.51 ERA through his first few outings. The Guardians' defense backed him up with some spectacular plays, including a wall-climbing catch by Stephen Kwan and a sharp defensive stop by Jose Ramirez at third base. Cleveland has had several close calls with no-hitters in recent years, including deep runs by Carlos Carrasco and Gavin Williams, but they just haven't been able to cross the finish line. Messick, a former Florida State standout and second-round pick, is quickly becoming a cornerstone of the Guardians' rotation. While he didn't get the no-no, his ability to shut down a potent Orioles lineup for 8 innings proves that he belongs in the conversation with the league's best young arms.
That wraps up our sports briefing for today. Thank you for joining us for this roundup of the biggest stories. We will be back tomorrow with more updates and analysis.
Be sure to follow the show so you never miss a daily update. Have a great day and enjoy the games.